Good day to you. I hope this message finds you well and in good spirits. Today, I invite you on a journey, a voyage through time and faith. We will delve into the heart of an ancient narrative. This is a story not found in every Bible, a hidden gem waiting to be discovered and appreciated for its profound lessons. We're about to explore the Book of Tobit, a captivating narrative from the Apocrypha, a collection of ancient writings. Set during the exile of Israel in Assyria, a period of immense challenge and transformation for the Jewish people. It follows a devout family clinging to their faith and traditions while living in a foreign land, surrounded by different customs and beliefs. This is not a tale of grand battles and clashing armies, nor of kings and empires rising and falling. Instead, it is a story of unwavering faith, a beacon of light in the face of adversity. It's a story of family, the unbreakable bonds that tie us together, even when we are separated by distance and circumstance. And above all, it is a story of hope in dark times, a reminder that even in the bleakest of situations, light can always be found. In this narrative, angels walk among people, unseen guardians and messengers intervening in the lives of mortals. And acts of charity, no matter how small, echo in heaven, creating ripples of goodness that extend far beyond our earthly realm. The story weaves together the threads of human suffering, the trials and tribulations that test our spirit. It also explores the profound power of love, the force that binds us together and gives us strength to overcome any obstacle. And ultimately, it reveals the presence of divine intervention, the guiding hand of God that shapes our destinies. Even the smallest acts of kindness, the seemingly insignificant gestures of compassion, matter in the grand scheme of things. They create a tapestry of hope and healing. Let us step back in time to ancient Assyria, a land of ancient wonders and hidden stories. And let us listen to the quiet testimony of Tobit and his son, Tobias, two ordinary men caught in extraordinary circumstances. Their story explores the depths of human suffering, the pain and anguish that can test even the strongest of spirits. It also celebrates the enduring power of family bonds, the love and loyalty that can sustain us through the darkest of times. And it emphasizes the importance of prayer, the lifeline that connects us to the divine and gives us strength to persevere. Ultimately, it is a testament to the unwavering faithfulness of God, who never abandons those who trust in him. Tobit, a man of unwavering faith and principle, hailed from the tribe of Naphtali. But fate, in its mysterious design, led him far from his ancestral lands, exiling him to the sprawling city of Nineveh, a place steeped in both grandeur and moral decay. Despite the challenges of living in a foreign land, surrounded by unfamiliar customs and beliefs, Tobit remained steadfastly faithful to God, holding on to his traditions and values. His devotion was a beacon in the darkness. He refused to partake in the pagan customs that were rampant in Nineveh, turning away from the worship of idols and the performance of rituals that were anathema to his beliefs. His commitment to his faith was unwavering. Tobit's compassion knew no bounds. He gave generously to the poor and the needy, sharing what little he had with those who were less fortunate. His acts of charity were a testament to his deep-seated empathy and his commitment to social justice. With great courage and at considerable personal risk, he secretly buried the executed Israelites, offering them dignity in death and defying the decrees of the ruling powers. These were acts of defiance against injustice. Tobit risked his life for his beliefs, standing as a beacon of righteousness in a world consumed by darkness. His actions demonstrated a profound commitment to his faith and a willingness to defend the vulnerable even in the face of mortal danger. Once favored and prosperous, Tobit experienced a dramatic reversal of fortune, losing everything he had worked for. His fall from grace was a harsh test of his faith and resilience. His troubles escalated when a new king ascended to the throne and discovered Tobit's acts of charity towards the executed Israelites, leading to persecution and further hardship. His good deeds were now seen as acts of defiance. Despite the dangers, Tobit eventually returned home, but his trials were far from over. He faced continued hardship and adversity, testing the limits of his endurance and faith. In a cruel twist of fate, after burying another deceased countryman, Tobit was struck blind by sparrow droppings that fell into his eyes. This sudden and unexpected affliction plunged him into darkness and despair. For years he depended on the unwavering support of his wife, Anna, who worked tirelessly at her weaving to provide for their needs. Her dedication and love were a constant source of strength for Tobit. His spirit, once so strong and resolute, was now broken by the weight of his suffering. The darkness that enveloped his eyes mirrored the despair that had taken root in his heart. Overwhelmed by despair, Tobit prayed for death, longing for an end to his pain and suffering. He felt abandoned and forgotten. He was unable to understand why his unwavering faithfulness had led to such profound suffering, questioning God's plan and the purpose of his trials. Doubt crept into his heart. At that same moment, in a distant land far removed from Tobit's suffering, a young woman named Sarah, burdened by her own unique sorrows, also prayed for death, seeking solace from her pain. Her heart was broken by a different sorrow, a burden that weighed heavily on her soul and left her feeling isolated and alone. Their prayers, born of profound suffering and despair, rose together to heaven, carried on the wings of anguish and hope. Unbeknownst to them, their stories, seemingly disparate and unconnected, were about to intertwine in a way that would forever alter the course of their lives. A divine plan was unfolding. This is where hope, like the first rays of dawn, begins to return, illuminating the path towards healing and redemption. In his despair, Tobit remembered money he'd left with a kinsman in distant rages. He called his son Tobias, giving him not just instructions to retrieve the silver, but a legacy of faith. Honor your mother, give alms, treat others justly. The true treasure, Tobit said, was a life of piety and charity. Tobias agreed to the journey, but he needed a guide. He didn't know the way or the man holding the money. Tobit instructed him to find a trustworthy companion. This simple act set in motion events beyond their imagining. Tobias, driven by duty and love, stepped into the unknown. His quest was not for glory, but for his family's future. The search for a guide would bring an unexpected answer. As Tobias embarked on his quest, a journey fraught with uncertainty and hope, he knew he couldn't do it alone. He needed guidance, someone familiar with the treacherous routes and hidden dangers that lay ahead. He began searching for a guide, someone trustworthy and knowledgeable, in the bustling streets of the ancient city. It was then, amidst the swirling dust and the cacophony of the marketplace, that he met a young man. This was no ordinary traveller. This was Raphael, the archangel, a celestial being of immense power and grace, who had taken on the guise of a mortal man named Azariah. He possessed a mysterious aura, a subtle hint of his divine nature that only the most perceptive could sense. Raphael's arrival was no accident. He had been sent by God, a direct answer to the heartfelt prayers of both Tobit and Sarah, two souls burdened by suffering and despair. Their pleas for divine intervention had reached the heavens, and Raphael was the embodiment of that answer. Raphael's mission was multifaceted, but at its core it was a mission to heal. He was a bringer of solace, a restorer of hope, and a conduit for divine grace, to rescue those in peril and to guide those who had lost their way, leading them towards their true destiny. With a reassuring smile and a confident demeanor, Raphael assured Tobias that he knew the way to Rajas and Gabael, the destination that held the key to Tobit's financial recovery and Sarah's future happiness. There was something about Azariah that inspired instant trust in Tobias. His words carried a weight of authority, and his eyes sparkled with an inner light that dispelled any doubt. Without hesitation, Tobias brought him home, eager to introduce this seemingly providential guide to his father. Tobit, though blind, possessed a wisdom that transcended physical sight. He questioned Azariah intently, probing his knowledge and testing his character, and was ultimately reassured by his thoughtful and honest answers. Convinced of Azariah's integrity and competence, Tobit hired him without delay. Unbeknownst to him, he was essentially praying for an angel to accompany them on this perilous journey, a silent plea for divine protection. Little did he know that the very angel he sought stood right before him, veiled in human form, ready to answer his prayers in ways he could never have imagined. With the guide secured, Tobias diligently prepared to leave, gathering provisions and making arrangements for his absence. But his departure was not without sorrow. His mother Anna wept with worry, her heart heavy with the fear of the unknown dangers that awaited her son. Tobit, ever the voice of reason and faith, comforted her, saying, "Have courage, my dear. A good angel will go with him, and he will return to us safe and sound." And so, with his father's heartfelt blessing and his mother's tearful farewell, Tobias prepared to embark on his journey. He set out with his loyal dog by his side and his mysterious companion Azariah leading the way. He stepped into the unknown, venturing into a world filled with both peril and promise. Unaware of the true identity of his guide, he placed his trust in Azariah, believing him to be a knowledgeable and trustworthy companion, never suspecting that he was, in fact, protected by a guardian angel. The journey had begun, and destiny, with all its intricate twists and turns, was now at work, shaping the lives of Tobias, Tobit and Sarah in ways they could scarcely imagine. The hand of Providence was already guiding their steps, orchestrating events and paving the way for a miraculous convergence of healing, rescue and divine intervention. On the road, Tobias and Raphael grew close. At the Tigris River, a giant fish attacked Tobias. Raphael told him to catch it and save its heart, liver and gall. These, Raphael explained, had the power to drive away demons and cure blindness. Tobias trusted his guide, keeping the strange remedies. Raphael then spoke of Sarah, a kinswoman in Ecbatana, destined to be Tobias's wife. But Sarah's story was grim. 7 husbands had died, slain by a jealous demon on their wedding nights. Tobias feared he'd be next, dreading the pain it would bring his parents. Yet Raphael assured him there was a way to break the curse. The journey's true purpose was about to be revealed. Raphael explained the demon could be driven away by burning the fish's heart and liver in the bridal chamber and by prayer. Tobias, emboldened, agreed. In Ecbatana, Raguel and Edna welcomed them, but feared for Tobias's fate. Despite the tragic history, Tobias insisted on marrying Sarah that night. A grave was dug in secret, just in case. In the chamber, Tobias burned the fish's organs. The demon fled, pursued and bound by Raphael. Tobias and Sarah prayed for God's mercy and blessing. Their prayers were heard. The next morning they were safe. Raguel rejoiced, filled in the grave, and held a grand wedding feast. The curse was broken and hope restored. Tobias and Sarah's union was a testament to faith and courage. While the wedding feast continued, Raphael retrieved the silver from Gabael and returned. After 2 weeks, Tobias and Sarah set out for Nineveh, bringing wealth and joy. Raphael urged Tobias to hurry ahead to prepare his parents. Anna, watching daily for her son, finally saw him return. Tobias embraced his father and, following Raphael's instructions, applied the fish's gall to Tobit's eyes. The white films peeled away. Tobit's sight was restored. Overcome, Tobit wept and praised God. "I can see you, my son." The family was reunited. Their suffering turned to joy. The miracle was complete. Blindness healed, hope renewed. The journey had brought restoration beyond what they'd dreamed. Faith and perseverance had been rewarded. With the family reunited, celebrations filled their home. Tobit and Tobias decided to reward Azariah for his help, offering him half their wealth. Then Azariah revealed his true identity. He was Raphael, one of the 7 angels who stand before God. He explained he had brought their prayers before the Lord and was sent to heal them. Every step of their journey was part of a divine plan. Tobit and Tobias fell in awe, but Raphael comforted them. "Do not be afraid." He told them to record their story for others to know God's mercy. With a final blessing, Raphael ascended and vanished from their sight. The family was left in wonder and gratitude. Their story would inspire generations to come. The Book of Tobit teaches that faith endures through suffering. Tobit and Sarah's hardships show that even the righteous face trials, but their prayers are heard. The story honors family. Tobias's journey is driven by love and duty. True wealth lies in charity, prayer and integrity, not silver. Small acts of goodness, like Tobit's charity, are seen by God and matter deeply. Raphael himself presented these deeds before the Lord. The tale reminds us we are not alone. God sends help in unexpected ways. Suffering is not the end as faith, hope and love prevail. Like Tobias, we journey with unseen angels, guided by providence. Through faith and kindness, we find healing and joy. If this story offered you a moment of reflection, please like and subscribe for more journeys into the great narratives of the past. Thank you for your time.